Your undefined certificate of sponsorship will be refused if you don't do these things. Recently, it has been observed that Home Office has been taking a lot of time deciding on undefined certificates of sponsorship. The CoS requests that are made to sponsor people who are already in the UK. For example, a student switching, a graduate route holder switching, or someone who is already on a skilled worker who is changing employers, or he or she is extending their visa. Those are the types of applications which usually require an undefined certificate of sponsorship, and that application is filed inside UK. Previously, last year, maybe more than six, almost it's just last 1 year, it has been observed that Home Office has been asking a lot of questions and how you should prepare. In this video, I'm going to address how you should prepare in advance of Home Office either refusing or coming up with a long questionnaire, and after that refusing the application for the CoS for undefined certificates. And it has also been observed that similar questionnaires have been coming for defined certificate of sponsorship. Previously, almost a year back, this was a random occurrence for some sponsors. Some sponsors may get it, some may not. It was depending on sectors. Sometimes retail sectors would get it more, construction would get it more, care working, etc., but others won't. But now we are seeing this across the board. Even IT, even the other senior roles also, anytime we ask for undefined certificate of sponsorship, it has been observed almost from experience from other lawyers, and with Immigration Lawyers Practitioners Association that I'm a member of, and even with our practice also, we've seen almost 80% of the times whenever we apply for an undefined CoS, usually the allocation, which takes a lot of time. People are anyways concerned with the timelines, which takes about 4 months approximately. 18 weeks is the standard timeline, and priority services is almost non-existent. People keep on trying. There are just about 100 slots per day, and it's very hard to get those priority slots. And in spite of that, if you file and it is refused, you go through the whole cycle again. Hence, it is always advisable to prepare all these documents, which Home Office will almost 80% of the times it will ask the employer. So if you are an employer, this is what you should do. This documents list, we have published it on our website. You can read it at the bottom. You can also download it, and you just have to put your email. You'll be subscribed to our emailing list where we provide various information on various visas, free document checklist, YouTube videos, etc., etc. Yes, I'll go through the list. So in this video, what I'm going to do is, what are the documents required, what are the usual hurdles, or what can be given. I'll discuss on all aspects, usually what employers tell us, which thing takes time, etc., etc. So let me start with that first. So the page is detailed. I'll link this page below in the video, in the top only. You can click and follow along the video. It will make more sense. Page on the website is named as Documents and Information Required for Certificates of Sponsorship, usually for undefined certificates. Sometimes they also ask this information for defined certificates, but mainly it is undefined certificates. That's what I've seen. So when applying for an undefined or defined certificate of sponsorship, please have all the below information and documents available to help the UK Home Office to make a fully informed decision. And if you need advice, book a consultation with us. I can discuss advice on any situations where you may not have some documents or there is an explanation. Any issues around this, you can book a consultation with us. The link, I'll link it at this title card, and also in the description you will find the consultation booking link. Okay, so continuing with the information. The first point is a full explanation. This is what Home Office asks. I'll go in numbered order. You can also forward the video, whichever one is relevant to you, or if you want to watch the whole video. This is the standard list that is usually asked. So the first one is a full explanation and evidence that your company requires. So this happens once you go into the sponsor management system. You are an employer or you are the authorizing officer or level 1 user. You go in the sponsor management system and you ask for allocations, either one allocation or several. They are usually called as in-year allocations. So there is a cycle of annual allocations which is given automatically into the sponsor management system as per the past year's performance. For example, you requested 5 courses last year, you used up only 2 of them. So usually 2 courses will be automatically coming every year at a certain point. Okay, so there is an annual cycle. But then if you require more than 2 in this example, then let's say you want 3 more, Those are called as in-year allocations. You need to apply for them, and then Home Office decides on them. And when you apply for them, the standard decision making time is 18 weeks, approximately 4 months. There is also a priority service where they decide in 5 working days, and there is a £200 priority service fees for that. There is no fees for requesting annual allocations for undefined certificates, but if you want it prioritized, there is a £200 fees. However, the demand is almost far exceeding how much supply they are providing. There are about, in the past there were 60 slots per day that were available for priority. They've increased it to 100 per day, but still 100 per day, the demand is about 1000 per day. That's what I would put it. Hence, employers find it very difficult. HR people, whoever is dealing with the sponsor management system, they find it very hard to get the priority service. Hence, it is always good practice to do the CoS allocation request first time right. Be prepared in advance for all the documents and information that the Home Office is going to come back with, and then as soon as they ask for it, you send it. They give you only 5 working days to provide this information. That is a problem. In 5 working days, it's almost impossible for almost 80% of the employers to gather all this information. It needs, this information gathering is required from different sources. If you are a big company, then there are different departments, something from HR, something from the finance side, something from right to work side, very different sides. You will need all this information from the accounting side, etc. So 5 working days may not be sufficient for all employers to provide, to arrange this information. And it is always good practice. It also acts as an audit for your own safe purposes. If some things are not working, once you gather this information, you'll come to know what are the things that are failing. You can seek our advice, book consultation with us if anything is falling, how to improve. Sometimes mistakes happen, and those things, almost any mistake that happens on the sponsor license, it is a compliance requirement that you are required to inform Home Office. Hence, on such matters, usually take advice from lawyers. We advise employers on all these matters. We also train any HR persons on how to get around, use the sponsor management system, etc., etc. So whatever is required, you can book consultation with us. Link will be here down. So starting with the first point, full explanation and evidence that your company requires your current level of recruitment, especially workers for this role. So let's say you request one CoS, or I'll just take an example of one CoS and talk about it. You may have 3 or 5 or whatever the number of CoS requests you have made. You need to justify the request. So you need to provide a detailed explanation and evidence. So first is explanation that your company requires these. Let's say you request for 3 CoSs. Just take that example. Your company requires current level of recruitment. Why do you need these 3 people? You may have to give them a detailed hierarchy chart where you will be placing these migrants, proposed migrant 1, proposed migrant 2, proposed migrant 3, wherever in your chart, specifically for workers for the roles that you want to sponsor. And you need to give detailed explanation. It may be business expansion, whatever is the reason, someone has resigned, or you are creating a new role, or whatever it is, or someone who is even, I've also seen it was quite rare before. For extensions, Home Office would usually give it, but I have also seen, we are seeing these cases a lot, where even, let's say, the employer has sponsored the employee for 3 years and they want further extension of 2 years. For that, they are asking for a CoS. Even in those cases, Home Office is coming back asking all the evidence. So it is good practice to be ready with this evidence. So whatever is the reason, you need to make a proper case and explain it to them. Let's say you are extending or you are hiring from another company, explain that whatever hiring process you have taken. If you have tried to find any local employees also, you did interviewing in the UK, posted ads on LinkedIn. If you've done it, I know resident labor market test is not a requirement, but if you have done it in any way, maybe a LinkedIn advertisement or anywhere you posted on your website for some period of time, use all that evidence to show that we did try but we didn't get it. If you have not tried, that's fine, but whatever efforts you have put in, make a note of it. If the employee is already working for you, make sure you explain that why you really want to hire that person. Maybe they are very good with the job, or etc. They have been performing well. Anything and everything you can give the information to the Home Office. Second part is a full description of the nature of your business and hours of operation. This is a standard question which has been copied from anytime we apply for a sponsor license for the first time for an employee, at that time this question is always there. The hours of operation, we operate from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, Monday to Friday, for example. It's not necessary you need to be having only those hours. We have done sponsor licenses, DCOS requests for companies which are really working from 8 till 2 o'clock, and different industries work in different cycles. So whatever that is, nature of business, whatever you are into, you're into restaurant business, you are into care work business, you are into building, construction, IT, whatever that is, describe that. You can also give them a link to your website, etc. If you have that, any social presence you have, definitely give them the links so they can themselves go and research whatever they want to do. They want to check it properly that you are a genuine business, operating hours, etc., etc. They can go and do the independent research. The third point is a detailed description of the posts you intend to assign the cost for. So for example, in my example, I said we want 3 courses and we've made a request for 3 allocations in here. The question is a detailed description of all the 3 posts. Let's say I'm getting an HR manager or someone project manager and some other business development manager. I'm just taking examples here. So for each of the posts, a detailed description of the post, the job description, very important, that you intend to sponsor these 3 positions for. If there are multiple SOC codes, so let's say in my example there are 3 different SOC codes. I've taken an example. If it's only one SOC code, you talk about it. If there are multiple SOC codes, you must provide separate responses. So you can say job role 1, SOC code, job description, salaries, whatever that is for each of them. So you can give it in 3 parts: job role 1, job role 2, job role 3. Accordingly, put it on your hierarchy chart that you're giving. Job role 1, proposed migrant, will sit over here. Job role 2, proposed migrant, will sit here. Wherever they are sitting on the whole hierarchy chart. Make them understand your whole structure, how many employees you have. Usually, if you have 50 employees or less, definitely give them a hierarchy chart. It helps them make sense of where these migrants will be sitting, where they are director, they are reporting to someone, where in the whole structure they are sitting. If there are multiple SOC codes, you must provide separate responses for each and state how many of each occupation you require. So I require 1 HR manager, 1 project manager, and 1 business development manager, let's say. The information that you need to give is, it's all mentioned on this list. You can download it. SOC code, the standard occupational classification. Job title, HR manager. Job title, very interesting one. Let's say on the SOC code 1234, there are specific designations they have given, example designations. HR manager, HR rep, whatever that is, they call it. You don't have to exactly name them. The job, so there are 3 things: the number 1234 of the job code, then the titles or example titles, and the job description. The job description is what matters. If you want to give this 1 to 3 number to this particular job role, then the job description has to match with the job description of the job role. The name doesn't matter. You can call them HR partner or whatever, partnership manager, doesn't matter what you call them. The job description is what the Home Office will always look at. Every time employers ask me the question, ask us, this is a very common question whenever we are speaking to employers. Oh, should we give a name on that one only? However, our company's hierarchies are like this. We call them this or that, something, whatever. Associate. You will never find associate, I don't think, on the SOC codes. But then, yeah, they may be calling HR associate or just associate. That's fine. You can call whatever you want to, but the job description has to match with the job description on the SOC codes. That's an important one. Specific job description, they should be tailored to your business and not generic. Very, very important. People have a habit. I've seen that many times. Even Home Office has pointed out to us. I'm a member of Immigration Lawyers Association, and through ILPA, through the organization, we many times have meetings and calls with the Home Office seniors. This is a common point that many times when we ask them what are the common reasons of refusals, and this is one of the things that they have mentioned. It should be tailored to your business, not generic. Small employers, medium-sized employers, they will try to just copy and paste whatever is on the SOC code description by the government and try to give that. However, the employee will be doing something else. Doesn't work like that. Whatever the person will be doing in your business, you have to state that. That's very important. Not just that copying something from the SOC code. Yeah, so very important thing. Don't copy those generic descriptions, Google searching and this and that, and don't paste them. Home Office has got to it and they are not happy if you're trying to give them generic things. Like many times we do job descriptions, when I look at it, any corporates, usually they will provide us specific, they even write down their specific, let's say an IT software or something that they've developed, what the person will be using, etc. So that shows that it is some proprietary thing that the person will also be using. You may not have a proprietary thing if you're a small employer, but whatever specific items, job items this person will be doing on a daily basis, you need to write that down. Third point, salary per annum and hours per week. So whatever it is, whatever salary you will be promising them, it can be hourly, weekly, whatever that is, but it should meet the requirements, remember that. And hours per week they will be working. 37.5 hours is the standard hours for any jobs on the skilled occupations list that you want to sponsor. If the person is working more hours, the salary should be prorated higher according to the hours the person is working. Address of the role, where the person will be working. They will be working from a particular office, shop, any establishment, or they will be working from home, or they will be having a hybrid 3+2, whatever, 2+4, whatever that is. So whatever is the combination, 2 days they will be working from office, 3 days from home, 4 days from office, 1 day from home, or all time from home, whatever that is very, very important. Especially another challenge is if the position is fully work from home, be careful, home office may come back saying why is the role required in the UK. For that, usually speak to lawyers and get proper representation if it is a fully work from home position. It's not that it's impossible. We represent many employers where, especially in IT and all, where they are not required to go to work, they are working fully digitally. It is possible, but a proper case has to be made to explain that. That's about the hours of work. Address of the role. If there are multiple addresses, please state how many costs will be required for each address. So for example, in my example, I had 3. So, and you have 4 locations. So please tell us where job role 1 will sit in location 1, job role 2 will sit in location 2, or job role 3 will sit in location 4, whatever that is, make sure you point that out clearly. Then the next one is details of the skills required, minimum graduate required, or whatever that is, whatever is your job description that you will be advertising, what ideally a person you will be hiring. It's not necessary, you cannot just taper the job description just because you are hiring a migrant, but make sure what if it was not a migrant, how would you hire someone? Let's say you are putting an ad, think of it that way. Details of the skills required, whatever a particular software that they should use, or minimum graduate degree in any field, or whatever it is, or experience in retail sector for this time, whatever it is, it should be mentioned. Experience, you require whatever experience, 5 years of experience required, dealing face to face with clients, whatever it is. Qualifications required, yeah, as I said, degree, bachelor's, master's, or even just 10 standard or GCSE. How the migrant fits the skill level. So you define the skills, experience, and qualifications, you give that, and then you, in a paragraph, you need to explain that how this person is meeting these skills because he has this training, he has studied masters in whatever engineering or human resources. Experience, anything, if you usually put their CV, if you already have that. Individuals you are sponsoring, they may usually have past experience either in their home country or in the UK. If that is the case, use that to leverage and explain about how they meet the experience. And the qualifications, anyways, you can put their degree, certificates, whatever you have. Fourth point, details of company's hierarchy or organization chart. That's what I said before, detailing all the positions from and including owners and directors. So from top to down, whatever, trustees at the top, many times we do charitable organizations also, whatever it is at the top, trustees, directors, owners, from top down. And with vacant positions, you intend to assign the migrant workers. Anything that is vacant, let's say 1 to 3 level, director, manager, and then below that you have proposed migrant, HR manager, whatever it is on this side, director, proposed migrant, project manager. Make sure you put the person proposed migrant and in brackets the designation, or point it out to the job role 1, 2, 3, whatever that is. For currently sponsored workers, you must include their full name and the start date of their employment with you. There are situations where we are also representing companies. So in this case, I have someone who is hired by uh, an employer around June, but that person already has a graduate route visa which will end in December. We've already made a request. This is a live example which is in progress now. So we would need it in December. So we have already provided them the pay slips of the person showing at least 1 month pay slips. I think after that it was requested, whatever we had showing that this person is already working with us. For currently sponsored workers, you must include their full name and the start date of their employment. And another example would be someone who is already working with you. As I said, for extension, let's say you gave them a 2 year or a 3 year skilled worker visa. Now you want to extend further. You are asking for a cost too for that extension. In that case also, you must include their full name and the start date of employment. They started 3 years before. Make sure you give that. The details of any candidate you have already identified. So someone who is not working for you, but you have identified them and you are planning to sponsor them. This is a very common occurrence with CoS. I've seen that. Migrant's name, you give their name, date of birth, nationality, current immigration status. For example, someone is on a graduate route, you want to hire them, their permission is expiring after 2 months, 3 months, whatever that is. So that is also possible. You give their information clearly. If they are already working for you, put a pay slip in. If you have hired them through LinkedIn or something, put those ads whenever you hired them. Let's say you hired them 1 year ago, make sure give them a chain of events that have happened, why this person is going to be sponsored by you. So let's say 1 year ago, I'm an employer, I found Mr. X and through LinkedIn ad we interviewed. Anything that was done to hire this person, put it in front of them. This is how we hired them. They are already working for us for the last 12 months. Give them last 12 months pay slips. Show them that this person is already working with you, and hence our intention is to sponsor this person further. But if you are yet to identify any migrants, so current immigration status important. So if that person is on a graduate route, give them a copy of the e-visa status. You can just attach that and send it to them. That should be fine. And if you are yet to identify, so you have not identified any migrants that you wish. So another example, so we do all these sponsor licenses, manage courses and all. I'm just taking live examples that I'm working on this month or so that I remember. There is another company that they are in the process of filing sponsor license application. However, they have not sorted out whom to hire. They have already posted LinkedIn ads. They are in the process of shortlisting candidates. They've got some candidates from outside the UK. They've got some candidates inside the UK, either switching from skilled worker or graduate holders or students. So they are interviewing everyone. So in such an example, if you are yet to identify any migrants, you are just doing the process of recruitment that you wish to hire, please highlight one of the following which applies to the migrant pool of your intended hires. So you need to let them know what is the pool you are looking at. Intended hires will be migrants from within the UK who have valid leave to enter or remain and are wishing to switch immigration categories to skilled worker. So let's say you are just hiring inside the UK, then possibly this would be your area where you tell them where your pool will come from. That's how they are auditing you. They are asking you, will your pool will be from inside UK, will your pool will be from outside UK, or both. So intended hires, the first one is yes. If you are looking for graduate route students or someone already on a skilled worker or a spouse visa who you want to sponsor or anything, then in that case explain it to them. Our intended hires will be migrants from within the UK. They may be in some sort of permission in the UK and we intend to sponsor them. So if you are, this will be helpful if you corroborate that with some evidence. If you already interviewed some people, maybe this is what we used to do in the olden days, where before skilled worker visa there was a visa called as tier 2 general visa. That's the predecessor. In that case, resident labor market test was important. Without that, they wouldn't approve any courses. That was the rule. In the current area, for the skilled workers, resident labor market test has been taken out. But the case workers are still used to seeing those documents. We used to provide the ads has to be run minimum for 28 days on the government job website, on another forum. So there were some specific rules, minimum ad run. Then the interviewing in an Excel sheet, we used to write down whichever candidates, let's say 10 candidates applied for this post. Of them, we have only shortlisted 5 for the interview. 5, whatever rejection agents, you would write it down. This is the best exercise if you can do it. You write down whatever the rejection reasons, qualifications are less, this is that, whatever whatever is the first initial assessment, as any HR person does. They shortlist and they reduce the list from 10. You went to 5. Out of them, you tried to interview 5 of them. Only 4 of them interviewed. One of them did not interview. They said no, they didn't continue in the process. Out of 4, then you decided to offer the position to 2 of them, for example, and then of them, 1 of them decided. Hence we have decided Mr. X, who is the one to sponsor. So intended hires, if you have done that process and in that you have encountered migrants who are already in the UK, you can definitely give examples or any proof that you have of the ads, of the interviewing process, maybe a spreadsheet, 10 interviewed, 5 shortlisted. Out of them, we had another round of interview, and of them we offered job to 1, whatever that is. So make a proper case. Intended hires, second option is intended hires will be migrant from outside UK, where you will be requesting a defined certificate of sponsorship. As I said, this questionnaire also comes when you request defined certificates of sponsorship for to sponsor someone from outside the UK who do not have any permission in the UK, any visa in the UK. Next point is 7th point, your company website address. This is what I recommended. Anything you have website, any social presence. For example, if I'm advertising, so we have a YouTube channel, I would put the YouTube channel, I would put the website, whatever social presence we have. So we show them what is that we are really doing. So it helps them. The more evidence you give, the better it is. Your company website address is the best one. I know it is the olden days. Internet is now, it is AI and all, everything is transforming. In future something else will be asked definitely, but then it's sponsor license regime is still in the 90s and 2000s, I think. Hence they still ask for the website address, which is just one aspect of the presence, but companies have 100 different areas of social presence, AI and everywhere else. So maybe in future it may be something else they will ask, but for now they ask for website address. Give them the whatever your website domain name is. If you don't have a website, yeah, not having a website in this world will be a question mark, but then yes, it may be a small business not requiring a website, that's fine, but definitely you need an explanation. We don't have a website because of these reasons. We are a small business operating in this corner of London or UK or Scotland, and our customers are local. Whatever is the reason, you need to write that down in 1 or 2 paragraphs, explain them. And if that is the case, you may definitely have to ask how you advertise. See, they are getting into the other questions. How do you advertise your business? Maybe Google ads, maybe Instagram, or whatever, LinkedIn ads, or if you are doing hoardings, leaflets, anything and everything. How do you advertise your business? They are getting into the area. How are you going to get revenue? How are you going to get revenue to pay this person? The circle is going there basically. So whatever it is, make sure you give them any evidence you have, anything. How do you advertise your business, not the job role, your business? How do you get revenue in the business? How do your customers find you or contact you? Whatever, if you're a restaurant business, they find you through Uber, Deliveroo, or you have a website. For example, you are a care home, maybe your customers, which may be care requirement people, they may be coming from the council or however, whatever it is, you need to make a proper business case and send it to them showing this is how we get customers, this is how we advertise, we have this website, and whatever is your usual business model. Then the next point is how will you fund the salary of the proposed worker? This is very, very important. This question has been asked by employers to me at least hundreds and hundreds of times. Anytime I have consultations or we are representing employers, every time I have been asked this question. So let's talk about funding. So I'll go from the simplest funding to the complicated one. So the simplest one is, okay, your business just has funds sitting in the account. It may not be practical. There is always cash flow. There is always some working capital that you will have, but not all the money. So best option is if there are funds enough. I know we represent big corporates also where they already have funds in their account. I see their statement, and by looking at the statement, I know that they have the whole year's payroll for the whole company. They have big funds just sitting over there. So that's very easy. We just send the statement. That's quite simplified. But then other option may be, let's say you have got a funding. Maybe you have got a line of credit from a bank, or you have got venture capital investing, maybe proof of all of that, contracts, anything, directors loans or any loans that you have taken from the banks or any financial institutions. Then cash flow, yes. So you are already in business and you can show them last 1 year of performance, maybe 1 to 2 years, however up to 3 years you can go back, but they would be more interested in the last 6 months to a year. How is the cash flow happening? So if you are saying that, oh, we will get the revenue and then pay the salary, definitely you will have to show them at least last 1 year of performance, showing at least some reasonable amounts are coming. I know every time employees ask me, oh, what if I have this much amount? Is this okay for this salary? For example, I'll just give examples here. Let's say the salary is 42,000 pounds. Yeah, 42,000 pounds for GBP for the whole year. Let's say take 48 divided by 2, 4,000 per month. Okay, let's say 48,000 is the salary for the whole year, and per month you'll be paying 4,000. So it's not necessary that you need to have the whole 48 or 50,000 sitting in your bank account. Okay, that's not the point. But what they will see is whatever, let's say you say you are getting it from revenue, you'll need to show the bank statements, maybe any contracts or any promises of payment that will be coming in future and which have already come. You'll have to show some past performance. The more past performance you show, the better in your favor. The lesser past performance or no past performance, the more challenging it becomes. It's just on promises. I will be getting this funding after 3 months. I'll get this revenue. This contract has been signed, but nothing in the past has been proven. So the more past performance you show, the better it is. So in that way, you can make a business case saying this is the cash flow every 3 months or every month we are getting paid by this client. This is the approximate sums coming in, which should be at least 4,000 or higher in my example to pay the salary of this person and also the whole other payroll that you have. So just taking raw examples here, just to give you an idea on the funding aspect. But funding can be in many different ways. Last 6 months corporate bank accounts, they always ask for this business bank accounts for all business accounts that your organization has. Sometimes people have two different bank accounts, one a challenger bank like Monzo or Starling or anything Revolut, etc., and one maybe high street bank. So make sure all the business bank accounts they are saying. If you have only one bank account, give that one whole last 6 months. These include bank logo and all, that is standard. Bank statements have all of this. They are just writing that bank logo statement. They don't want people to make statements and give them forged documents. So bank logo, statement, date, holder's name and address, sort code, account number, and balances. So kind of a normal bank statement that you would get from any UK bank. That's the standard. 10. The next document is confirmation of all salary wage payments used to pay your migrant workers and confirmation of how any new migrant workers will be paid. So all salary wage payment methods. So you can just write down, yeah, we pay by bank transfer, whatever that is. Nobody pays in cash nowadays. Electronic transfer, bank transfer. So that's they are going to go and check all these things on your documents. Remember that. So we pay by bank transfer every month to the employees. Used to pay your migrant workers and confirmation of how any new migrant workers will be paid. We pay our migrant workers with bank transfer, and we will continue to pay any new migrant workers also with bank transfer. That's the answer summarily if you're paying by bank transfer or any other mode. Now they're coming to the checking aspect. 11th item, full pay run report, payroll summary or real-time information confirming gross and net pay and NI and tax deductions for the last 6 months. So this is a report that the accountant runs. Usually businesses, if you have a finance department, they are running the payroll. Whoever is running the payroll, either an outsider third party accounting company or agency or your own in-house finance team or accounting team, they will know what this document is exactly. If you are a small company, your accountant is doing, you give this line, full payroll run report, payroll summary, RTI information, they will know what it is. It is kind of just to explain. I'm not an accountant, but I understand this. So every month, whenever payroll is run, let's say you have one employee and you are running, I'm just taking a raw example. The person's salary is 4,000 pounds, and let's say the tax deductible is 1,000 and they get 3,000 in their account. The 1,000 is NI and tax that goes to the UK government. Every time, let's say I'm running the payroll today, this has to be reported to the UK government, to the HMRC through the real-time information. At the real-time, there is a HMRC system, or there are third-party softwares also where accountants, financial people, whoever is doing the payroll, they put all the information, 4,000 salary, 1,000 taxes, and that's how they do the reporting. It's kind of telling the government 4,000 salary on which 1,000 is due to you and 3,000 is due to them. Once that is reporting is done, and then the 3,000 payment is made by bank transfer to the individual, whoever his salary is, and after that there is some time period, maybe 15 days or 30 days, within which the taxes are paid to the government. So you do the reporting and then you pay the taxes. That's the order usually. That's how I understand it. So when that reporting is done, those files are generated, and that is the strong evidence. The reason they say that is those reports cannot be modified. That's why they are asking this. You can play around with anything else. You cannot play around with bank statement entries. Banks, how will you play around with bank statement entries? Whatever has happened, it will be seen there. In the same way, payroll reports, whatever has happened every month, whatever reportings have been done. Let's say you had 10 employees, every month's payrolls is there. Every month that reporting will go. So they are asking you for last 6 months of that payroll reporting, all the taxes and everything, whatever salaries have been reported. They are trying to match that has happened, how much has been reported, especially for migrants. But they will ask for everyone's. Let's say you have 10 employees, example, or maybe 500 employees, you usually send for all of them. It's just a file, quite a long file, but then yeah, it has to be converted to a PDF or something. It will may have some password protection, remember, because I have seen many times client send us and it is password protected. We need to remove the password, convert it or something, and that's how we send it. So those files are usually password protected if accountants are sending you. So password protected files cannot be sent to home office. They will be rejected by the system only. They won't go forward and you won't even come to know. So remember that thing. That is a payroll summary or RTI information, payroll information, full pay run report. If you collect all these documents, so this is the last point that they usually ask. If you have all these documents ready, and only after that request for a CoS. Ideally, I would say that. And as soon as that additional information request comes, it usually asks for all these things. You will be already prepared. In order to prepare, that's why this is what we recommend. Before making any DCoS request, or as soon as you make it, start arranging these things. It is highly likely almost 80% of employers are getting this as of today, because of all the abuse that has happened in the system. Earlier only some specific sector employers were getting it. Now every employer, almost every employer is getting it. Almost every, I've seen that 80% at least, 80 to 90% I would put it. So it is always good practice for employers. This advice is good advice for employers. You can go on our website, click on the link in the description for this list. Go on the website, download that. It's a Word file also. We've tried and put it in a Word file, so you can amend it, copy and paste here and there, and write the answers, arrange all the information, and be ready. You need any information or any explanations, or do you want us to review anything before it has been sent to us, book a paid consultation. I will try and link it in the title card over here and in the description as well. So that is all I wanted to cover. This is a very common thing. These questions are coming. Take this seriously, because many times I see the request comes, employees are not ready with giving all this information. It takes time. It may 5 working days is a less time. Very less employees are able to give this within 5 working days. So it's always better to prepare all this. The other advantage of this is, even if they don't ask you, if you are ready with this, it is highly likely that you will be stuck with this questionnaire or a similar one. Almost most of these things cover most of the aspects at some point. It's always good to prepare and be ready with it, because if you find any loopholes anywhere, incorrect salaries are played, whatever it is, as soon as you see these reports yourself, you will find it out. Something is falling somewhere. You may also do a right to work check. If you have all the documents, they may go beyond if they don't find any proper information through this. But then this is the standard list. You can at least audit yourself, audit your own sponsor license, whether you have 10 employees, 100 employees, 1000, 5000, does not matter. So any advice you want on these matters. Many times mistakes also happen and they go unreported. Many things happen in the sponsor license area. So companies are sold, reporting is not done, employees have gone, sometimes right to work checks have not done properly. Anything and everything you need advice on, book a consultation with us. We are here to advise you. My advice is strongly to download this list, work on it, be ready. Anytime you make any CoS request, even if that is one CoS that you are asking for, even if it is for an extension. I know employers take it lightly when it is an extension. This is a common one, because I speak to employers in and out, HR persons, HR people, everyone, sometimes even CEOs and all of medium-sized firms. Most of the officers, they will take it lightly. Most of the company employees, they will take it lightly. Management will take it lightly. If it's an extension, even for an extension, home office is coming with questions. Okay, they have a right to ask questions, they can ask. And this is also in a way why home office has been doing this is, It acts as a virtual audit. In the past, this has been happening more than a year back, maybe last 5 years or so. Virtual audits do come where home office randomly sends emails, and that used to happen, and they would just send this questionnaire and some other things also, send us all these documents, right to work check document, these all documents that we discussed. And then employers were getting frustrated saying, what is this happening, nothing happened. In a way, home office is taking this opportunity to audit your sponsor license, and it's a very softer touch. That's a very good thing. It's a softer touch audit. You rather want the home office to ask these questions rather than coming as allocating the cost now, assigning the cost now, and then coming after 1 year and then auditing you and then canceling your sponsor license completely for some mistakes, whatever that is. So rather, it is a soft touch audit, a very soft touch and a remote audit, that virtual audit that home office is doing in a way when you ask for any costs and checking that you are following all the rules. Are you paying all the migrants properly? What is your business situation? The job roles that you are assigning or asking for the cost, are they genuine? Are you a genuine employer? Genuine intention, genuine job roles, etc., etc. So this is what they are trying to do on a softer way. What is the worst that happens? If you don't send this, they don't approve it, they refuse the cost saying you didn't provide the information. So it's not going to lead to revocation of your license if you don't have this, but it's always good practice. If you do this, you will be auditing your own license in a way, being prepared for any future audits also. Even if it happens many times, employers cannot give us the documents within 5 working days. It has happened to the home office, but you collected those documents, you found some loopholes, you corrected them, and for next year or for after 3 months, when you make another request, you will be ready with everything. All the corrections are made. So hence it's always good practice to do this kind of an audit before asking for any costs for home office. With home office, it's a very soft touch one. If you don't provide anything, or you provide less documents, the maximum happens is they will refuse it, and then we may have to make another request. But the only thing is, it may take 4 more months to get that cost. So 4 months of this one, 4 months of that one, a lot of time delay. Hence, I suggest prepare all this in advance. And I have made another video on the transitional provisions that apply to anyone who has joined the skilled worker area before April, I think 4th of April 2024. And it talks about all the transitional provisions, how they apply, and I will link it over here. Okay, if you did like this video, do subscribe to our channel, and thank you very much for watching.